Hi there, good afternoon once again. We have Newstalk and we have Joanne Golden joining us now from Derby, Burke & Brown, here to take all of your calls about taxes. It's that time of year, a lot of people are getting ready. We have some phone calls already. We'll get to you in just a moment, but first let's talk about, you were saying a lot of little tiny changes, things to keep in mind. Let's kind of go through a couple of them here.
Well, you know, one of the things that I do want before we even mention changes is the free file, because the IRS is really encouraging everyone to file online. And there's the free file has your income limit is now $58,000, and there's free file programs both for the federal and New York State.
And we have a graphic we can put up on the screen. You can check it out. This is where you can actually go to get some information.
Exactly. Right? And if you go to New York State, you'll find out which one's free file for New York too.
So tax.ny.gov, and then there's the irs.gov.
Exactly. And then, you know, just some of the things, like if you are a higher income person, you will not have the elimination of your itemized deductions that you used to have to take off a little bit, and you used to have to take off some of your exemptions that you couldn't claim all of them. So you have that whole thing this year.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. You know, some good stuff.
Okay.
And then they didn't eliminate everything, but there are some things that were eliminated.
Okay. We do have some phone calls, 793-WKTV, the number to call. You're live on the air. You have a question about college students. You have some kids in college?
Yes, I do. My son's attending college this year. He's a freshman. My question is, what is the allowable tax credit to us as parents for him attending?
In your first year, you generally can take $2,000, and of course, this is going to be limited by your income. So what you want to do is you want to take a look at the education credit form in the for the 1040. The other thing is that if you cannot take the education credit, you would be allowed to take the deduction on the front of your return for tuition. So you can either have a tuition deduction or a credit for some of the tuition that you've paid. So it's the first year, it's higher for the first 2 years, and then the third and fourth year, it falls down to $1,500. So,
okay.
And then there's a credit also on New York State that you can take, or again, the deduction on New York State. So,
you're live on the air. What's your question? Hi there. What's your question?
I think we lost them.
Yeah.
You're there? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What's your question?
What the standard deduction is if you're a single person.
A single person standard deduction is this year $5,700. That is for those under 65. Those over 65 get approximately $1,100 to $1,400 bump up, depending on whether you are single or whether you're able to take head of household. So.
Okay. 793-WKTV, the number to call. You're live on the air. What's your question for Joanne?
Hello. On my pension, I'm going to be making the same amount this coming year as last year, but my federal taxes are going to be going up quite a bit on this coming year. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not sure what the question was, but basically what you want to do is on the pension, there's two things that you need to watch out for. The pension will be taxable generally in New York State, or generally on the federal. In New York State, if it's not a government pension, you're usually allowed a $20,000 exclusion on your pension. So one of the things that you want to do as you're looking for the differential in taxes that you're going to have to pay from last year to this year, as you said, maybe you have to pay a little more in your income tax, is you might want to look at also what you're withholding on your pension. And you may be able to adjust that with your pension company.
When people are going to get their taxes done, say they're going to prepare, what are the items they need to bring with them? What are the key things they need?
Okay, they need to bring all of the documents they've gotten from their employer, the W-2. if they have interest income, the 1099 INT, the 1099 DIV from the dividend income that they have, if they have K1s. The other thing is all of your deductions that you've had, in other words, expenses that you've paid for medical, you want to add those up and see if they're going to be high enough. Your interest expense from your mortgage, your taxes that you paid on your house if you have, so if you can itemize. Sometimes you don't know whether you can itemize, and if you bring those to the tax preparer,
At least have them, right? Just
have them. Yeah, as much as you can, because we as tax preparers go through those and determine whether or not it's going to be better for you to file with itemized or standard.
Okay. All right. A lot of good questions. Thanks for calling in, and thank you.
Thank you.
News to go coming up.